models.
Yes.
And I think there should be light splash and dark splash. Being that the standard the way it is now is only one, dark splash. And color, and then white through the head, neck, and wings, right?
That's right.
Should be a white bird with color through the head, neck, and wings. White tail, white muffs.
You mean the reserve?
Yes.
The opposite.
The opposite.
Yeah, okay.
Beautiful birds. And early on, when I was a kid and started up, I would see white models. They would call them white models, and they were almost white self, but they had some color in the wings and color over the back. Maybe some of them had a few extra feathers around the head and neck too. You know, but they would pluck.
Okay.
But they were basically light models.
They are the opposite to the black model, to the dark model.
Dark model, yeah.
يقول قبل كان عندهم لون، شفتونا الحين اللون التايقر المطلوب او هذا اللي لازم السروال كله اسود والريش الذيل واخر 10 ريش وهني نص بنص. ذيك اليوم كان عندهم طيور العكس لونها. بدال الابيض مثلا اسود بدال الاسود ابيض.
But those birds, they win the show?
Early days they did. Yeah, early days. I'm telling you that a lot of the tumblers were all marked birds. The selves came probably more in the 30s. Started breeding selves more in the 30s, from what I understand. I wasn't there. I'm not that old.
يقول انهم ساعه يوم كان يتحكى قال انه من 1900 كان في يعني امريكا كان قويه في اللونج فيس الى حد 1920 1930 كانت كل الالوان في اللونج فيس كلها لازم فيها ابيض تايقر وكذي. فالالوان الساده كانت اصلا قليله. بعد هذه الفتره اللي الالوان الساده قامت تزيد وقاموا ينتجون منها، هني صار اللون اخترب. هذا كان كل السبلاشز او الماركينج العدل في هذا الليل كان يا بالابيض او بالاسود، وكان الطيور عادي تفوز مثل ما سال سلمى. بس ما كانت الالوان الحاليه الساده موجوده. يوم زيدوا الساده خربت هذه الالوان.
قانون دفع امريكا وكذا يعني صار عندهم في التحكيم وده.
The marking. There's no way for a splash with no proper marking to win a show.
No, a splash with the proper marking or close to it.
Close to it.
You know, there's a degree.
Okay.
You know, I think when I actually they asked me to write the standard for splash originally, and so I didn't want splash for me. But they asked me to write the standard. And Larry Deckard was breeding them, a couple other guys were breeding them, and they crossed their blacks to whites and got these birds, and they wanted to show them. But you couldn't, basically, they were for any time before that, they were stock birds.
Okay.
Couldn't win. They're mismarked, you know. Somebody's going to spend all that time breeding a white side or a ball head or a beard, and they're held to this strict standard. And these splashes that are just crosses are going to go in and win a show? Shouldn't happen.
Okay.
It's not fair.
That's right.
And long-faced tumblers have always held in the States to a strict standard. Ball heads had to be well marked to be shown, you know, or have any chance of winning in a class. They're held to a pretty strict standard. If you look at English trumpeters, their ball heads are all mismarked with black flights and tail feathers are mixed. No mixed tails, no mixed rumps, no dirty heads. They got to be marked 7 and 7 at least in the flights, 7 to 13. Over 13, it's out. Under 7, it's out in the flights for a ball head or a beard or a badge. So yeah, they're held to a strict standard. And then the splash, and all these guys did was cross white and black and go to a show with a very nice bird because the whites complemented the blacks. The blacks were probably the most advanced color, the easiest to breed, because if you have black, once you got good black, you got good black. You know,
Okay.
it's not a hard color.
It's not like the reds and the yellows. You can
It's
breed
not like
bad
red,
yellow from a good
It's not
yellow.
like white. White, you got problems with bull eyes. You got feather problems. You know, there's black's are the easiest color overall. They come smooth, feathered, naturally. It's an easier color to breed. So when you take a black and cross it to a white and you go to a show with those mismarks and expect to win, no, it wouldn't happen. They were stock birds. So they started to write a standard. The original standard was a light splash, all white, with 50-50 color and white through the head, neck, and body.
With the white flights, white tail, and
White tail, white muffs, white hawks, white rump. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the
Nobody
dark
has this
splash.
birds don't
لحظة بس سلمان لأن I will translate that too. طبعا أبو قاسم سأل جون إن هل طير ما يعني هل قد صار في أمريكا إنه فاز أو تقبلون هذا أو طير الماركينج ماله مو عدل يفوز. فجون قال إن هذا الستاندر في أمريكا جدا يعني صارمين فيه في اللون. بالنسبة للون التايقر أو السبلاش الماركينج عدل وحتى البول هيد لازم ما في أغلاط. طير فيه أغلاط بيطلع يعني هم وايد صارمين في هذا. طبعا من الناس اللي حطوا الستاندر مال الماركينج وهذا يوم رجعوا عشان يحطون الستاندر ماله مواصفاته جون بالرغم انه ما كان يربي هذا اللون بس لانه بسبب معرفته بالالوان والجينات كان لاري وغيره يربون. وهذا اللون اللي مو مضبوط في السبلاشز او هذا لين هذا طلع من تركيباتهم الاسود على الابيض عشان يعدلون في البيض وكذا. فما يصير واحد يخلط ابيض على اسود يقول ويطلع له طير يعني مثل ما احنا نسميه تايقر كذي معفس وبس لانه حط طير ابيض زين على اسود زين وطلع لهذا اللون اللي ما كان بالمستوى المطلوب او بتوزيع الماركينج المطلوب يدش بشو ويفوز وهو لونه مو مضبوط. ما يصير. ما يصير. اي بالضبط. هذا الخربطه ما تصير. تطرق بعد للالوان قال ان اللون الاسود يعني الموتل يتعب في الانتاج حاله حال الابيض الاحمر الاصفر. اسهل لون دائما في الانتاج انك تطلع طيور مستوى اللون الاسود لان متى ما تكون عندك خامه سوداء زينه تنتج منها بتنتج سود زينين ما بتطلع عندك مشاكل في العيون وفي اللون. سالته قلت له يعني هذا الماركينج في السبلاشز نفس الاحمر والاصفر ما تقدر تنتج زين يعني تصير انت عندك اصفر زين ويطلع لك اولاد درجه اللون الاصفر مالهم ضعيفه او مثلا فيها لون تعبانه وريشه تعبانه. الابيض نفس المشكله. الاحمر تنتج من احمر واحمر يطلع لك احمر في سواد في مال بلو فهذا ما تقدر تدخل الشوب يطلعونه بسبب لونه. لكن اللون الاسود دائما سهل انتاجه لأنه من تكون عندك لون أسود يلمع ريشة حليوة ولاده دائما نفسه. هذا أسهل لون.
So the bottom line is, if any one thing has hurt the breed more in color, it's the splash class. It's hurt the breed. A lot less blacks, because now blacks have a lot of grizzle and white in them that can't be shown as blacks.
That's right.
You know, you got a bunch of mismarks. And on the other end, they crossed whites, so they took whites. Now, white's easier to get back to, not necessarily with black, because you start getting stain beaks, you know, and it's hard to eliminate black color in the head and neck and some of the bird. But that's probably hurt the breed more than anything. If a guy's going to breed splash, he should just concentrate on that on the side, not constantly across the line.
Because he will destroy, he will...
Well,
the blacks with a mismark, the
black
whites,
classes,
whatever.
when Splash started, we used to have this many blacks.
Okay.
They show lots of black muffs. Okay?
And now they are this much.
They went like that.
Okay.
And all those other birds, well, they were mismarked splashes, so they didn't end up at the show.
Okay.
So the guy started saying, well, and splashes weren't standard. So, well, let's make a class for them. But if you make a class for them, you've got to have a standard. And it was light and black and dark splash, you guys should just write your own standard and make a light splash.
Okay.
Because a lot of those birds have white muff, white tail, white flights, you know. And the white splash, it's a lot easier to go to white with, okay? And the dark splash is much better to go to black with, to sell. So you can choose to go one way or the other, you know, and have both classes. That's what I would do.
Back in the days in the States, you used to call the splashes trash or junk, right?
Stock birds.
Because of the color, some of the guys they
You
were.
could show them. You could show them. You take them in the show. Put them in a stock class.
Okay.
Stock class gets judged for best stock bird.
Okay.
That's it. Doesn't go to champion.
Okay.
Can't compete for champion.
Okay.
So you should show mismarked splashes in a stock class.
Okay.
And give an award to stock. Could be a very nice bird, you know.
Just for the credit.
But it can't go on
Yeah,
because of fairness
that's
to
right.
people that are breeding stuff that's tough, like ball heads and beards and badges maybe. I don't know anybody here that has beards or badges per se, but yeah.
اوكي. يقول ان اكثر لون ضر هواية اللونج فيس التوايقر. انزين ليش؟ لان يوم خلطوا بالاسود وبالابيض طلع لون يعني انت ما يصير يعني ما بتكون منصف. عليكم السلام. ما بتكون منصف اذا دخلته ويا الناس اللي قاعده تنتج طيور زينه وتشتغل على لون مضبوط. هذا اللون نفسه خرب البيض، واكثر شيء ضر الهوايه فيه ان افضل الطيور في الهوايه كانت اللون الاسود في اللونج فيس. اللون الاسود كان يقول انه حتى في معارضهم في امريكا كان يعني الطيور حجم الطيور اللي تدش المعرض اذا هي هالكبر كانوا كلهم سودان زينين. قاموا بعدها السودان الزينين اللي لونهم صح يدشون يعني من هالقد لهالقد بس صاروا. ليش؟ لأن يوم خلطوهم بهذولين اللي احنا نسميهم توايقر قام تطلع له سرواله ريشه بيضاء وهذا مسمارك، هذا الطير يطلع عليه اوت. في جناحه، في الحمران خرب الحمران. يعني يوم هو كان يحكم اللون الاحمر حتى كنت انا صوبه واشوفه ان الطيور اللي في جناحها ابيض هني كان يقول لازم تشيلونها في السروال في مكان بحيث ان الحكم ما يلاحظ، تقصها من داخل او تنتفها بحيث ما تاثر على مظهر الطير العام. فهذا اللون هو اكثر لون تقريبا ضر الهوايه. بالرغم من ذلك يقول اللي يربي يعني يحب هذا اللون المفروض يركز في الماركينج ماله، توزيع اللون، وما يحاول اذا هو يربيه يخلي برنامجه الخاص بهذا اللون بعيد عن الطيور الباقي. يعني ما يخرب السودان والبيضان اللي عنده بهذا اللون، لانه بعدين بينتهي ان الطيور حتى لو كانت يعني بمستواها الممتاز داخلها الشو فيها مسمارك او فيها غلط في اللون راح تطلع، فنتيجه تعبك هذا اللي تتعبه كل الموسم يضيع بلاش. فهذا اللون اشتغل مثل ما نقول احنا على جنب لحاله، والطيور اللي لونها نظيف لحاله يعني اسود احمر اصفر لا تخلطهم بالتوايقر. خلي التوايقر حقهم خامات سوداء تغمق لونهم وتعدله. طرق لموضوع ثاني اللي هو يعني اللي ماركينج ماله لازم يكون اسود، وذيله والفلايتس ماله اسود. لازم يكون عندنا يعني بالاخص بالنسبه حقنا هني لان شاف الوان السبلاش فاتحه، فيقول انتم لازم تطبقون اللون الثاني اللي هو اللون الفاتح من السبلاش. السبلاش فيه لون غامق وفيه لون فاتح. الفاتح بيكون سرواله ابيض، فخوذه بيضاء.
مو بالستاندر، مو منصوص. تاكد منه هل هو موجود بالستاندر؟
موجود بالستاندر.
لا موجود. هو
The light splash. It is in the standard. Is it described in the standard officially?
It was originally.
كانت موجودة بس اللي الناس but what people take is the dark splash.
Larry Decker
Larry.
decided and influenced the club
Okay.
to not accept light splash.
Okay. And that's
And
why they split.
he had a vote on it, and they took and cut it in half, eliminated light splash, dark splash only.
Okay.
So, and in the standard, there's 20 extra points for markings.
Yes, that's right.
So, when you say, "Oh, splashes are getting put down," because
they have
don't breed to the
20
standard,
points.
you don't get the 20 points.
Okay.
And if you don't get the 20 points, you're not going to win anyway. That's why splashes will not win in a show unless they're nice birds, number one, and they're well marked.
Okay. It's like the bullheads.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to compete.
Yeah, they got to be nice birds and well marked.
Okay. اللايت سبلاش اللي هو السبلاش الفاتح والسبلاش الغامق كان موجود بشكل رسمي في الستاندر بدل السروال الاسود والفخوذ السوداء والذيل واخر 10 ريش من الجناح سود كان العكس ابيض والجسم نص بنص نفس الراس والرقبه والبدي او الجسم نص ابيض نص اسود بس هذا يكون عكس اللون الاسود يكون سرواله وفخوذه وجناحه وذيله ابيض. لاري ما عجبه الموضوع سوى تصويت لاري جيكر سوى تصويت في النادي بس انه مثل ما قال جاسم قوي ففرض رايه وصوتوا انه يشيلون اللايت سبلاش هو مو غلط بس هم صوتوا له انه يشيلونه ويخلون بس السبلاش الغامق. في شيء ثاني ان السبلاش الغامق او الفاتح له 20 نقطة زيادة مالت الماركينج حال البول هيد. في ناس تقول ان السبلاش ما ينافس على الالوان ما يفوز او ما ينافس بكثرة على البطولة. ال20 نقطة هذه مو سهلة انك على اساس انك تسوي ماركينج صح سواء في السبلاش او في البول هيد. دائما النظافة هذه والقصة الصح في البول هيد في السبلاش سواء كان غامق او فاتح صعبة. هذه تعطيه اذا هو نظيف تعطيه يعني ميزة اضافية واذا ما قدرت انك تسويه بالصورة والتوزيع اللون الصحيح صار عندك اللون تخربط او مسمار سواء كان في بول هيد او في سبلاش راح تخسر نقاط وتبعدك عن الفوز.
نقول شلون تحافظ على الماركينج في السبلاش؟
How to keep a good marking in the splash?
Dark one.
Selection. Stay with the dark side.
You have to breed as much as you can to select from them.
You have to select a bunch. It's just like ball heads, you know.
You have to
most
breed a lot of
breeders are going to have mostly, you know, maybe 20% good markings, you know, and 80% mismarked.
20, that's in the best, if you're lucky, in your best conditions, right? You get 20.
Well, it can be better than that.
It depends on the luck.
On the breeder. If the breeder wants to, you know, to stay more at good markings, you can, but you can go the other way where they start getting overwhelmed as well. The more black you breed from,
you will keep
with the splash. If you match a black self to a splash,
it's all about selection. Breed. If you get the light ones, don't use them. But that's why you should have a light class. Because you could breed the white bird with the 50-50. They're beautiful birds on white.
I still remember I used to have a picture of that there.
This club, if they wanted to do that, just couldn't for you guys do that. Write your standard. I'll send you a copy of the standard where we had the light and the dark.
Okay.
Just because Larry didn't want that for some reason and had the influence, he changed it to just dark. But I'll send you a copy of the original.
Yeah, I'll give you my email.
Black. Yeah. And they also had tigers for a time.
Yes.
And the tiger is taken directly from the domestic flight standard.
Okay.
And all you got to do is look at a domestic flight standard for tiger, and that's the
apply it on the long face. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can take it from here and apply it to the spring.
Because it's a separate thing. It's separate from splash.
Yes, exactly.
That domestic flight standard would be the
طبعا جاسم جناحي سأل جون وش افضل طريقه ان احنا نحافظ على الماركينج في السبلاش؟ جون يقول له بس انك يعني